What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to talk about Surface featuring the VIP. Stay tuned after the intro. So the last Surface video I did was with the Jackal Flash, and a lot of you guys really liked that video and wanted to see me do it with a different ball. So I'm gonna start doing it with every new release, and this time it's gonna be with the VIP, and I got a fellow staffer with me, Sean Early, who's gonna help me in the video. So if you guys have been following my channel for a while, you already know all the details about the VIP. Quadfire core, 255 RG, 043 differential with the infusion cover, and we know that it comes out of box at a 5000 laser scan polish, which is a 2000 Abralon followed by the Motiv power gel polish. And not everyone is going to match up with that ball right out of the box. So I do see a lot of people buying a brand new ball, they don't like the out of box surface, and then they just get rid of it because they don't match up and they never change the surface or whatever. I'm here to tell you guys that surface is the #1 determining factor when it comes to ball motion. So just because you don't like the ball, how it rolls out the box, doesn't mean you're married to it. You can always change the surface of the bowling ball. I personally never throw a bowling ball right out of the box. I always redo the box finish myself. That way, if I love it, I know that I can replicate it. So as an example, the VIP comes out at a 5000 laser scan polish, like we said, which is a 2000 and then polish. So I went ahead and even before I drilled it, I hit it with a 2000 Abralon followed by the Motiv power gel polish just in case, because the way they do the surfaces in the factory are impossible to replicate. So if you do love the ball out of the box, it's going to be very hard to replicate it because of the way they do them at the factory. And then if you don't like the ball out the box, before you get rid of it or before you go to your pro shop and have them plug and re-drill the ball, you can always change the surface. So today I'm going to show you, well, myself and Sean are going to show you the VIP at polish, 4000, 3000, 2000, 1500, 1000, and 500, so that you guys can see the differences in the ball motion. It's going to be the exact same ball with 7 different surfaces, so you can see how different you can make these bowling balls. If you guys like this video, make sure to give me a like, a subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you can stay up to date every time I drop a new video. And if you like this jersey or any of the jerseys in any of my videos, you can head on over to logoinfusion.com, use my promo code LUIS, L-U-I-S, and it'll get you 20% off your entire order. I'm really liking making these videos where I'm throwing the ball with all these different surfaces, because it really lets you get to know the bowling ball, like what it actually does, so that when you have to go to it, depending on what surface you have on the ball, you already know what it's gonna do. Let me know down below in the comments if you guys like changing the surfaces of your bowling balls, or if you just prefer to keep it with the out-of-box finish. Personally, with the VIP, I liked it better at 2000, where I can get a little bit straighter and the ball was a little bit earlier. Sean, on the other hand, preferred it at 1500. He liked it to be even earlier and even smoother than the out-of-box finish. I'll leave a link in the description to where you can get the CTD True Cut pads that I've been using in my videos. I'm gonna take you guys out on the lanes now so you can see the VIP with 7 different surfaces in action. Thank you guys for joining me as Sean and I try and figure out what this VIP is all about with surface. Now, Sean is a completely different player than I am. He has a little bit higher of a rev rate, but he's also significantly more forward rolling than I am. So the surface changes are going to affect him significantly more than they're going to affect me. These first couple shots here that you guys are watching is a baseline to determine what the VIP rolls like with the out-of-box finish, which is a 5000 laser scan polish. Now, as you can see with the out-of-box finish for both Sean and myself, the VIP is long and creates quite a bit of shape down lane, even though we're still bowling on the fresh. So we are starting at polish, and then we're gonna go to 4000 and then work our way all the way down to 500. We are gonna show you the very first shot after changing the surface of the ball and what adjustments we are making to try to get the ball to go through the pins the right way. So the first surface prep that we're gonna start out with is 4000. Personally, this is one of my favorite surfaces to put on a bowling ball, just because you still get that angular motion from like if it was polished, but without it being so long. Now, when sanding a bowling ball, especially in the bowling center, it's very important that you try to get all 4 sides of the bowling ball. So one of the things that I like to do to make sure I get all 4 sides is I'll go logo up, then I'll flip it, do logo down, and then I'll do grips up, grips down, and then that way you make sure that you get the entire circumference of the bowling ball. So as you can see here with the 4000 pad, both of our shots went a little bit high. Mine left the 9-pin and Sean's went really high flush and still carried the pocket. Sean and I both made a 1-0 move left and got the ball to go through the pins the right way. Mine carried and Sean's, well, it just didn't carry. I think keeping the VIP at a 4000 grit is an excellent choice for league conditions. Keeping the ball at 4000, as you guys can see, still gives you that nice angular motion without blowing up the pattern because of all the surface. Now we're going to get into the 3000 grit, and as we get lower in grit surfaces, we're going to create more and more dust, making it even more important for us to use the ball cleaner after sanding the bowling ball. Personally, I like to use the wow factor from Creating the Difference. I'll leave a link in the description to the pads that I'm using as well as the cleaner. So my first shot here, I definitely thought it came out of it really good, but the ball, because it has the more surface on it, hooked a little bit earlier and then I'm going through the nose. Sean, on the other hand, he mentioned that he missed quite a bit right on this shot, which is why he left that 210. Sean and I both went 3-1 left from where we were with the 4000 pad, and as you can see, the ball went through the pins the right way. Now we're going on to the 2000 pad, and like I said, we're going to be creating more and more dust, and we're going to be creating a bigger footprint in the oil. This 2000 finish on the VIP ended up being my personal favorite of all the surfaces that we tested today, just because I like when a ball digs in the oil and is very smooth in the back part of the lane, which is why my ball struck. It lets me play into my A game. Sean, on the other hand, because he's so forward, the ball really hooked early and went through the nose. Because our games are so different, our moves here were really different. I kept my feet in the same spot and moved my eyes like a board or two left. Sean, on the other hand, had to move like 3-2 left, maybe 3-1 left to get the ball to shape and go through the pins. So now we're into 1500, and this is where the dust party really begins. Now we're creating an even bigger footprint in the oil. The 1500 finish was actually Sean's favorite. I didn't love it at 1500, as you can see by my ball completely rolling out and leaving the flattest 10 you've ever seen. Sean's, on the other hand, actually still shaped and hooked a ton and went right through the nose. For me personally, whenever I see my ball roll out like that with that much surface on it, it's typically an easy move where I just move my eyes 3 or 4 left and play super straight, and like you can see, the ball still went through the pins and carried the rack very nicely. Sean, on the other hand, went like 2-1 left, and the ball still hooked quite a bit. And again, that's because he does have a higher rev rate and because his roll is so much more forward, and he leaves at 3-6-10. Then he went another 4 left and beautifully destroyed the rack. Now we're into the 1000 surface, and this is a lot of surface, especially for a house shot that has a lot of friction to the right. My first shot here was not even close. I missed maybe a board or two to the right, and the ball completely rolled out and left a washout. Sean, on the other hand, mentioned that he missed left on the shot, which is why the ball went through the pin so well. So for me, it's the same move as before, where I'm going to try to play it a little bit straighter, meaning I'm going to move my eyes a little bit more to the left. But as you can see, the ball still rolled out and had no chance. I mean, it still struck, but the ball really had no chance. Sean's, on the other hand, hooked a ton and left that 9-pin. So for me, my move off that is actually going to be to move my feet like 7 or 8 right and really play straight up the lane. Sean just keeps moving left with his feet, and the ball continues to shape, and for him, the ball never rolls out, which was very impressive. Now we're into 500 grit, and for me personally, this is reserved only for urethane bowling balls, or for when I really need that hook stop motion. But really, this surface prep of 500 plays absolutely into my wheelhouse, where I can play hard and straight up the right side and not have to worry about it being so speed sensitive. Sean, on the other hand, the ball just keeps on hooking. I cannot say enough how impressed I am that with all this surface on the bowling ball, Sean's ball, not once did it ever roll out. His ball still kept coming around the corner and kept going high and high. Let me know down below in the comments which one of us two you thought had the better look and with what surface. From this part of the lane, I felt like I could strike at will for days. I mean, not really for days, but you know what I mean. Sean, once he got far enough left, he made all 7 surfaces look pretty damn good in my opinion. The VIP releases on October 14th. Well, alright folks, there's my VIP video with the 7 different surfaces. Let me know down below in the comments if you like this video, and if you want to see more videos like this in the future. Click right here to watch one of my other videos. Click right here to subscribe. Till next time, guys.